And boom, monkeys, we are live. Welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel. Do me a favor, cats. I'm trying a different mic setup. If you cannot hear me, or if you can hear me, type a 1 in the chat. I just wanted to verify that we are clear and you guys can hear me loud and clear. So let me know, monkeys. Let me know. We got an exciting episode today. We're going to cover a couple of freaking tokens. Of course, we got to hit up the BTC. I want to do a little bit of Illuvium. For you cats that want to get some ILV, this is not a bad opportunity. We're going to look at the charts to see where it may go. I'm going to hit up a little bit of Phantom. I do want to hit up Dot. And of course, we never miss Pulse Chain. You cats know damn well we never miss Pulse Chain. So we're going to hit that sucker up. We're also going to cover, which we're going to cover one of the tokens that I was talking about, which is in the Richard Hart ecosystem a couple days ago, which is none other than not doggone freaking Hedron, son. We're going to cover Hedron because Hedron ran like a doggone freaking champ. We also going to cover a little bit of PulseX. I've been ignoring it a little bit. I do think that we could still get a little bit of it if you cats haven't DCA'd into some of that. And it's still a little bit safe to buy, if anything. You guys know that we're quickly approaching the Bitcoin ETF approval. Of course, you got your negative doubters out there that are saying that it's probably not going to get approved. And I can see where the FUD comes from because a lot of us always get disappointed by the government. And we get so used to that that's what we expect. But we cannot negate the fact that the courts already advised Gary Gensler and the SEC that they're being capricious and they need to approve it unless they have good reason not to. Now, of course, the only reason I'm saying this because Gary Gensler, you guys saw the video where he said that he's trying to get his the approval straight, or trying to get the approval straight accordance with the courts, even though he's not in agreement with it. I wouldn't be saying this, and I'd be doubtful tomorrow if he hadn't stated that a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Now, we are going to cover the fragrance of the day, and we're also going to cover the memes. Now, if you cats haven't noticed it yet, I did a minor review on this bad boy over here, the SKS, on my Instagram. So make sure you fools hit me up there. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and drop my link tree so you guys can follow me on Insta. The review's not too long, so I won't torture you with it. For you cats that are not too much into freaking doggone weapon reviews and stuff like that. But I do definitely want you to check it out, especially for you cats that are on a budget, man. If you guys are on a budget, it's more important for you to DCA into crypto, but yet you feel that you still need a weapon to go ahead and defend yourself that's reliable. This is obvious. Man, I'm backwards here. This is a great option, and it's affordable, and it won't break the bank, and the ammo won't break the bank. So definitely hit me up on doggone freaking Instagram so you can get that data. Let's look up who's the first moon ganger in the chat, which is none other than Smooth Brain. Pump it, son. Damn straight we will. Damn straight we will. Then we got my homeboy Twinksters. Send it. Hey, Twinkie, I gotta do yesterday, bro. I committed sin. Guess what I did? I broke my freaking diet and I ended up eating some of that damn Mexican candy, bro. Oh my gosh, I felt so guilty, bro. I ate some Mexican candy. Last time I ate candy was in September. Now, for you cats that don't know me, I have a freaking sweet tooth from hell. After I got a Marine Corps boot camp, I was a candy addict, son. I love candy, but because I'm very strict with my diet and I noticed that I liked it too much, I felt that I had to restrict myself and stick to keto. And keto is one of those diets that you cannot get out of. I think keto and carnivore are the two diets that are very similar in the sense where you have to stick with it, or else you have to reset your your ketosis pattern. You know what I'm saying? We also got my homie Mechanics hitting that one. And then Mechanics also stated, hope you guys bought the dip as of late. Damn straight. And then we got my homie Yellowtail. Yo, let's go. And then we got my other camarada, Nellyville. I got a banger today, homie. The fragrance that I have today, bro, is off the chain, son. It is off the chain. And it will even give freaking the timeless fragrances a run for their money. You know what I'm saying? But let's go and hit up the memes, cats. Oh, by the way, I'm running this new mic, using this new Rode speaker thing, man. Dude, you know what's one of the things that I fear, believe it or not, bro? Pulling off a freaking Vivek Ramaswamy. And for you cats that don't know, Vivek, as of recent, did that little freaking interview on Twitter where he was talking to Alex Jones and Andrew Tate and Elon Musk. He went to the restroom and took a straight damn piss, bro, with a freaking mic on. Dude, oh my gosh, bro. I have to make it a rule for myself that I have to leave it on the table, bro, if I go anywhere, bro, because, dude, oh, yeah, dude. And, you know, anything that goes on the internet stays there forever, bro. It's a good thing my channel's not that big yet, so I'm hoping I don't screw up with that. You know what I'm saying? And then we got freaking Moon Pill Rational Optics. Boom, baby. Boogie is live. And Moon Pill, we're going to hit a polka dot for you, homie. We're going to hit a polka dot. You're going to freak out with the chart, homie. You're going to freak out with the chart. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to the memes. Let's go to the memes. And cats, by the way, this first meme we're going to cover, I would not advise you to do this. I would rather have you guys hold a little bit of freaking, not a lot of hex than do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's hit up the memes. Hold up. Let me just verify something. Everything seems clear. Let's go ahead and hit up the memes, man. Let's go hit up the memes, son. Vamos a ver. This is the first meme. I do not advocate you guys do this, by the way. Hold some hex. It's a better option. Here we go. Here we go. This is going to be fun.
There's only 4 ways to get rich, kid. 4. That's it. 1, inherit it. That ain't happening for you. 2, you steal it. You do not have, my friend, the patience, the power to steal anything of substance and keep it. So 3, work really, really looking hard. You learn. You fail. Learn more, fail more. And don't let anyone outwork you.
Oh my God.
What's option 4? Learn how to suck a dick like you lost your car keys.
Oh my gosh, dude. I'm going to get demonetized for that. Oh my gosh. I didn't hear the freaking music in the background, dude. Do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor. Please share this video, bro. Text it to your homies. I know it's inconvenient. Text this video to your homies, man, and have them like the video and then have them share it, man. This is going to get demonetized. I didn't hear the music in the background. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, bro. And I'm going to drop some alpha today, so please share it with your friends, man. Share it on Twitter. Share it everywhere you go, cats. All right, here's the other one, man. If you guys are my dogs, this is what I'm going to do for you. This is what I'm going to do for you, man.
He's gay, but he has a special connection to classical music. There's many things that are interesting about him. He's gay, but
dude, what a buddy fucker, bro. If you do that shit to your dog, man, what a buddy fucker, bro. And I try not to freaking oh yeah, I try not to cuss in the stream, bro, but what a mother freaking buddy fucker, bro. If you do that shit, bro. Say that about your homie just to play a prank on him, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, man. You know what? I'm gonna do 2 fragrances of the day today. As a matter of fact, let's get started with the first one. This is none other than Azarro, the most wanted. Now, why did I buy this? This is when I was first getting into fragrances, man. I bought it because I like guns. And you're like, what's that got to do with guns? Well, it looks like a damn wheel gun to a freaking revolver. It looks like the wheel to a revolver, hence why I bought it. And this is Azarro, the most wanted. This shit is fire. This shit is fire. It will last on your skin at least 6 freaking hours, man. You get like a spicy freaking vibe from it, a little bit sweet, man, woody, and a little bit of caramel. I know those don't sound too masculine, but trust me, man, when you put this on, man, the ladies go wild. The only setback is for you cats who live in hot areas. I do not recommend this, man. This is a nighttime fragrance. As you can see by the bottle, it is dark in color, and it works fabulous in cold-ass environments. I think we're going to get hit with a polar vortex next week or something like that, man. So this shit is freaking fire, man. Let me get you another one if you cats don't mind. Give me a little bit of a break. The other one is fire too. I think it's really good. Just bear with me. And I'll make sure I try not to talk too much because I'm moving around with this mic. And I'm back, guys. I am back. I have to show you this one because, dude, it would be kind of redundant if I didn't show you cats what the other one was. I will show you later on in the stream, so the stream doesn't get too boring with a bunch of TA BS, you know what I'm saying? Even though I am good at freaking TA and shit like that, it can get boring, cats. It can get boring, you know what I'm saying? So let's go into the first freaking crypto, which is none other than freaking Bitcoin, son. Boring ass Bitcoin. Now, would I recommend that you guys buy Bitcoin right now? I wouldn't. I mean, it is probably going to rally. It's probably going to do good. You could probably end up flipping it once the ETF approval does get freaking approved, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get this shit squared away. I was listening to Pompliano earlier today. For you guys that don't know Pompliano, he did have some predictions talking about the upcoming Bitcoin ETF, and he did state this, and I can agree with him on this. The ETF will receive 5 billion in AUM in the first 30 days. So you're going to get an initial pump of about 5 billion into BTC. It's probably going to rally pretty damn hard. And something else that he had mentioned, he had stated that there will be a spot Bitcoin ETF ad in the Super Bowl. Dude, how can that not happen? How can that not happen? And you know damn well, as we approach the Super Bowl, that freaking the crypto companies, especially in a bullish year, they always freaking run their ads. And that should rally Bitcoin even more. I had completely forgotten about that. Now, one thing that a lot of dudes are also forgetting is that we also have income tax season coming in. So people are going to get some of their stolen money back from the IRS, and they're going to invest it in the market. Of course, a lot of other people are going to do some dumb shit and go buy some freaking big screen TVs or the new Xbox, or buy new video games and stuff like that. Other people like you and me, well, I'm not going to get any of my stolen money back because unfortunately, freaking business owners never do. You know what I'm saying? But for you cats that do get some of your stolen money back, dude, put it back in the market. That would not be a bad idea. Bitcoin's current value is at 46,796. We are quickly approaching that $48,000 mark, which I think is a psychological level. But the area of resistance that I have drawn on the screen, according to prior data, is 48,503. So about 48,500 is the next area of resistance. I think once it gets approved, which should be at least by this Wednesday or Thursday, we should easily break that like a hot knife slicing through butter if the Bitcoin ETF is getting approved. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we look at the data behind us, I am getting this information from these dates over here as stated. These are the dates that I am getting them, which are local tops that were initiated. The first one, which was on the 22nd, was on March 22nd, on the 29th, and the other one was on the 28th. That's the first area we got to compromise. Then after that, we got to come after this marking area, which was on December 27th of 2021. And that is an area of about 52,000. But I do think that 50,000 in itself, which is a flat number, will probably also act as an area of resistance. I think once we compromise these two areas, we may see a little bit of pullback. I know the cats at the DGen Roundtable, shout out to them. I like their TA. I like the way they work. They believe that Bitcoin, quote me on this, if I remember correctly, they think Bitcoin may get up to the 60,000s. That could be a very viable possibility. Now, let's look at the 60-day cycles on Bitcoin. If we grab this freaking marker here and we push it all the way to tomorrow, that'll put us at 56 days, 57 days on January 10th, and 58 days on January 11th. Now, mind you, it may be that we already started a new cycle. And if we did start a new cycle, and I'll show you cats what I mean in a second, we'll probably continue running harder than the last points I showed you. Why? Because remember, when you look at cycles, for you got cats that don't know technical analysis, it represents from low to low. So it could be a higher low to a higher high, or a higher low. You know what I'm saying? So that could mean if this state here, if I pull this back and I highlight this date here, which we had this giant ass wick right here, that could possibly be the start of a new day. We don't know that yet. We got to see what Bitcoin entails, which is kind of disappointing in a way for the TA guys. And what do I mean by that? Because it gives me a question mark as to whether Bitcoin will continue running harder, or it may end up finishing its cycle as it comes down lower. You know what I'm saying? Because this could be day one of a new cycle, and that would put us exactly at a freaking 50 days flat for our 60-day cycle. And it could be very likely that we are actually on day 6 of a new cycle. So food for thought, cats. Food for thought. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you bought, I mean, you can hold. I would rather hold than freaking do a lot of the freaking swing trading and stuff like that. At least for now, because I'm a little bit safer, and because I work a full-time job, and I run a business, and I do all this other stuff, man. So I don't really have time to be sitting in front of the computer the whole freaking time. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how it's doing on the EMA ribbon. I'm assuming that the EMA ribbon is acting as a strong area of support with this ascending triangle. And you can see that the new candle we're printing, which is on UTC time, is coming out a little bit red. But mind you, it's barely starting. It may be that we're slightly overheated, if anything. Let's go ahead and activate the Bollinger Bands. Let's see how the Bollinger Bands are doing on this sucker, man. See how overheated we are. And the Bollinger Bands are actually entailing that we're not overheated. We could at least run up over here to about 47,766 with no problems, without getting overheated. Now, if we do an immediate rally, it could be that we're going to hit this white line here. And what do you cats know about when touching that white line on the freaking Bollinger Bands Charlie provided us? We immediately shrink back. Or it could be that the Bollinger Bands in themselves will start expanding even further. Know what I mean? So that's what that can entail. It does seem bullish right now. It may be that these will open up a little bit more while we rally to the upside. You know what I'm saying? So that is Bitcoin. Let's hit up a little bit of I know somebody had requested some ETH. So let me prep this for you cats. Let me get you guys a little bit of ETH. I know you guys wanted to see ETH, so let's definitely hit up some Ethereum, because I mean that is an important coin, especially as we approach the Bitcoin ETF, and it would be rather irresponsible for me to not show you that as we approach such a monumental freaking time, or a monumental incident that's upcoming for a lot of the crypto people. You know what I'm saying? So let's do a little bit of ETH, see how ETH is, you cats. You know what I'm saying? Let's share this sucker. ETH. Vamos a ver cómo está haciendo ETH. ETH's current value is at about 23,000, or 23,000, I wish, man. $2,314.20. That's what it's showing on the Bitstamp doggone technical analysis chart. And it could be that we probably hit our low, man. I mean, and this is one thing that probably makes me think that we did finish our 60-day cycle right here on this date, which is January 3rd, was when we had that dip. Because ETH, it's a lot more evident than what it is on Bitcoin, man. And it could be that we just started our new cycle. So let me go ahead and play the devil's advocate here. Put this new freaking measuring tool here, and that would put us at day 6. So ETH can probably rally pretty hard. What would be really nuts, cats, is if ETH runs all the way, man, all the way up to freaking $3,000 by the time the Super Bowl comes out. Now, for you guys that watch football, I know you guys are big-time football fans, or, I mean, it's just an American pastime. And here in Texas, man, you know, freaking Cowboys fans the way they are, man. I'm not a big-time freaking football guy. I know in freaking Cali, you guys really like the 49ers, and they're big-time into the Chargers and stuff like that, dude. So if you could drop the date in the chat when the Super Bowl is, that'd be dope. I don't really follow too much football. I'm more of a boxing guy. I love watching boxing. Boxing's my sport. I like boxing so damn much that I got knocked down three times this past freaking Friday, man. Within the ring, man, dude. I'm still freaking looking at things fuzzy a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So drop it in the chat what you guys think when the doggone Super Bowl is, you know what I'm saying? All right, as stated, Ethereum is at 2311. Could we rally to the upside? Absolutely. As per this is entailing that we might be starting a new 60-day cycle. Next area we do need to compromise is 2446. And I think we'll definitely do that, dude. Let's look at some history here on Ethereum. See what we got. Let's see what history we got on Ethereum. So if you look at these conglomerate of candles as they come to the downside, that really entails that those are not really good areas of support because they're not scaffolding. It's just a quick freaking dip to the downside. But if we look at this data over here on these dates, this can tell us a little bit of information. And it could be that the next area that we do have is over here at 2464 of resistance. And if we bump up a little bit more, that'll put us exactly at 2541. Then after that, the area we do need to compromise is 2712. 21. So would I buy some ETH right now? Look, man, I'm a big proponent of getting ETH at $2,200. If you've already got some coins in your freaking, if you've already got some ETH, I would say no. In my opinion, that's just the way I'm feeling right now. But if you don't have ETH, yeah, I would do a little bit of ETH in there, man. I'd get a little bit of ETH. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I think I'd be probably focusing a little bit more on altcoins, but it may be a little bit too late now since, doggone, we are approaching that ETF. So I'm hoping you cats got in early, like a majority of the Moon Gangers. Hence why I'm a big proponent of definitely joining the Citadel. You know what I'm saying? Now, the closest from the moving averages that I do have to the current value of Ethereum is none other than the 50-day moving average, which is within this descending triangle and right below this recent printed candle yesterday. And that does act as an area of support, but we also have this area of support here of about 2247. If we activate our EMA ribbon, dude, we're right under there, bro. It doesn't seem like ETH is going anywhere to the downside unless a black swan event occurs. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we find any other patterns on this bad boy. Let's see if we find any other patterns on this bad boy on the weekly. Let's see what we got. On the weekly, not much difference. We are still with this descending triangle, but it's not playing out that way. Again, we do have to compromise that area of about 2461 before we continue rallying. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's go back to the weekly. I want to see something. Let's see how this shit looks at the weekly, bro. Let me turn this off. All right. What am I seeing here? Again, I mean, the areas we got to compromise, I've already mentioned them. And that pretty much gives us that data for the most part as far as the weekly goes, guys. As far as the weekly goes. Let's go back to the daily and let's hit up a little bit of DOT. This is for you, Moon-Pilled Rational Optics. I know you definitely want to freaking hit up some DOT. And here's my amigo, my enforcer, large and in charge, playing some of that tic-tac-toe, man. The Super Bowl is actually on 2/11/24. So there you go, man. That may be another day that Bitcoin may end up rallying. So food for thought, cats, and Ethereum and the rest of the freaking market. For the reason being that we may get some endorsements for the spot Bitcoin ETF on that date. Shout out to freaking Large and in Charge. You know what I'm saying? And we got my homie Zenith. TA time. Let's go, son. Damn straight, homie. I love that freaking thumbnail, dog. I love that thumbnail, Zenith. Zenith, what'd you think about that SKS, man? I'm sure you like that shit, man. That shit was dope, bro. I was telling these cats that it's actually a good investment if you're on a budget, man. If you feel that you need a rifle, this is a great option, man. This is a great option if you feel that you're on a budget because you still want to put more into the market. That's priority to you. This is a great, reliable weapon, man. Great, reliable weapon. Highly recommend the SKS for you cats. So as I was stating, let's head up a little bit of DOT. Now, I haven't done a lot of technical analysis on DOT, but look what I found. Look what I drew up here. We are definitely playing out with this damn freaking 5-point Elliott wave cycle. Look at that shit, son. Now, we did hit the fourth portion, which was today. Hopefully, we don't dip down again before we start coming up. Now, this fifth point here, let me go ahead and check history to see if we have areas of support. And there you go, son. There you go. These areas right here, we zoom in. This is probably our next area of support. So let's go ahead and draw a ray right here for you cats. So we got this area. We also got this area over here. I definitely need to dive into the weeds of freaking DOT because I do know that the layer zeros are going to be important, especially Mr. Gavin Wood's projects. You know what I'm saying? So DOT, I'm expecting it, if it does play out with this 5-point Elliott wave cycle, our current value is at $7.32. It does seem like the 5-point Elliott wave cycle is playing out, and we are quickly approaching this $10.48 area. Now, could it go up here to $11.84? I would say no, because 0.4 to 5 cannot be bigger than 0.2 to 3 as far as the Elliott wave cycle. So I'm expecting it to come up here at least. Now, what you usually see afterwards, after you establish this freaking 5-point Elliott wave cycle, you usually have an ABC wave. So it would not surprise me that we come down here to these areas of support, come back up to here, and then continue coming down to possibly over here to about $5. Of course, the $5 mark may be a little bit too low. So let me check prior data. Let me check prior data. So about this area right here. So I would say possibly there. That would not surprise me, man. I would put us at about $6 if it does come down that low. Know what I mean? Now, if we look at other history, this could be another area right here. Let me draw up a freaking ray for you cats. That could be an area where the C wave comes to. Of course, I don't expect it to be this sharp. I'm just drawing it out for convenience for you guys. So these are the price points. You guys may want to screenshot this. If it does play out, you could say, hey, Boogie said this is going to happen and it ended up playing out. I'll be proud of myself. So food for thought, cats. Let's look where we are at as far as the 20-day cycle goes to see if 20-day cycles even work on DOT. So I am assuming, let's look at the low on this one. The low for this one was $6.51 versus this one was 65. So this would be the low. So from here to about here would put us at 23 bars. And it looks like we have started a new 20-day cycle on this sucker. So let me pull this sucker out all the way to day 14. That would put us around January 17th when we might get to this fifth portion of the Elliott wave. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it would be a lot sharper than where it's at now. Now, we could also push it out all the way to day 21, which would be around January 24th. So this could end up, give me a second, cats. I want to make this shit look pretty. So this could end up coming around here on this date. You know what I'm saying? So food for thought, guys. That's some of the opportunities we may see with DOT. Let's see how it's doing on the weekly. So it's even evident here on the weekly cycle that this Elliott wave is playing out. Know what I'm saying? So I think it'll probably end up working out that way for the best. Know what I mean? And let's go back to the daily on this bad boy. All right, now we covered that. Let's hit up the next fragrance of the day. Now, you cats showed, you guys had me show you the Azzarro Wanted. This is also a good one, man. This is just the original Azzarro. This one's actually pretty good too. Both are great options. This is another one called this is the most wanted. I think this is the most wanted. This is just wanted. This one's pretty good too. If you guys are collectors and stuff like that. But if you get this sucker, you'll be good to go, man. You really don't need this one. This is also an evening time fragrance. Also smells amazing. You know what I'm saying? I just love the whole freaking revolver thing. It looks pretty damn dope. You know what I'm saying? These aren't too expensive, especially if you go to fragrance.net. You can get them for a lot cheaper instead of going to your Macy's or your Dillard's to go get them. So food for thought, cats. Food for thought. You know what I'm saying? Now, we got here Zenith that's saying, don't hate me, but for my money, I'd pitch somebody a budget AR as a first do-it-all rifle, like a PSA. You can get them for around $500, and the modularity is massive for future upgrades. Well, you do have a good point, Zenith. You do have a good point. For somebody that's starting that doesn't intend to go to the range a lot, but I remember at one point in time, man, I had a brand new Bushmaster, bro. Brand new, but out of the box. I put a little bit of lubrication on there because you're supposed to lubricate them freaking ARs, bro. I had a bolt override on the first round I discharged, bro. And it wasn't even that Wolf Steel ammo, bro. So after that incident occurred to me, I realized if I ever get into some type of scuffle, I want something that's extremely reliable. So for you cats that don't know, a bolt override is when you discharge your AR-15 and then the casing goes above the bolt and gets stuck on the top portion of the bolt. Now, the procedure you have to take to break that sucker down, you have to hold on to the charging handle and collapse the stock, because if you don't, you're going to get your freaking hand graded. And then you have to jam the freaking rifle on the deck. You have to slam it on the deck to freaking to make that bolt override break out of the rifle. Well, dude, that made it even worse, bro. That made it even worse. So I slammed it 3 more times and I couldn't get couldn't get it out of there. So after that incident occurred with me, you could say I was a little bit, I don't want to use the word traumatized. Traumatized, too big of a word. After that incident happened to me, I told myself I'm never buying a budget AR-15 again because of that shit. So from there, the cheapest AR-15 that I ever bought was BCM, and then I would go to Daniel Defense. But back in those times, Daniel Defense was over gas, which I really did like, which made the cycling and the feeding of the rounds a lot more aggressive, and it made it a little bit more reliable. Then you had some people crying that the recoil was too much. Dude, it's an AR-15, bro. It ain't got no damn recoil. Now, I started making a little bit more dinero, so I started buying myself the Knights armament types, you know what I'm saying, and the Naveskis and shit like that. So because of that incident, man, that's why I decided to never buy a budget AR, if anything, you know what I'm saying? Now, Moonpill Rational Optics also stated, Adams Arms and LWRC. I got a story about LWRC. LWRC, I went to Costa Ludus's course. For you cats that don't know who I think he's one of the founders of Magpul Dynamics. And I ran his course. I had an LWRC, which I lent to one of my buddies, former business partner. And he ran that sucker, bro. There's only 2 guns on the line that did not go down in that whole freaking course of fire. We ran like 1,700 rounds within 3 days, bro. And it was a Knights armament that my homie was running suppressed. And the other one was the LWRC because it's gas piston operated. Now, the only setback about the LWRC is that they're front end heavy. Of course, I mean, dude, they're reliable. They'll do the job. And I noticed that the groupings, because it is a gas piston system versus direct impingement, the groupings were not nearly as tight as that of your direct impingement rifles. You know what I'm saying? So LWRC is good to go. And I think they're pretty damn reliable. I mean, dude, it's a battle rifle, homie. It'll do the job. But if I'm going to pay top dollar, bro, I want precision and I want freaking reliability. But LWRC is a very, very, very robust system, especially if you get their gas piston systems. Now, not to talk too much about this because I know we're veering off a little bit off crypto, but one of the things I noticed about LWRC and the direct impingement rifles is that when you fire a direct impingement rifle, after you discharge the round, you get like a figure 8 and you come back on target. Then you get like a figure 8, you come back on target. LWRC, man, dude, because it's gas piston, dude, it recoiled a little bit freaking weirder. And I was thinking, look, man, if I'm going to get reliability and I'm going to pay top dollar, if I'm going to get reliability, I'm going to get weird recoil, why not just run an AK? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather run an AK-74 if I'm concerned about the caliber or a lot of the recoil and shit. That's why I'd rather run the AK-74 than an LWRC. So if I had to choose between an LW or a freaking AK, I would go with the AK-74. Of course, the battery of arms on the AR-15 is a lot faster. You could reload faster and do all that other shit. But with practice, man, the AK-74s and the AK-47s, you can get pretty quick at them too. But for the most part, majority of people don't train, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. Sorry about that. I went on to that little freaking gun rant. I can talk about firearms all freaking day, bro. I can talk about freaking crypto, firearms, fragrance, boxing all freaking day, son. All freaking day. BCM and Daniel Defense make fantastic platforms. Yes, sir, they do. Yes, sir, they do. You know what I'm saying? So, let's go into some pulse chain, and then we'll hit up some phantom cats. What do you guys think? Let's do some pulse chain. Let's see how pulse chain is doing, son. I know, dude, I want to pull something up. This is pretty damn cool. I didn't know this website existed. So, give me a second, cats. This is pretty damn cool. Maybe you guys can use this website too. I think this is dope as hell, man. Bear with me. Bear with me here. Un segundo. It's called GoPulse.com Bubbles. Let's see. Today was wild. Today was wild. / Bubbles. Freaking tokens on there, dude, that I didn't even know freaking existed, son. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit. This is currently, if you go to GoPulse.com Bubbles, look at this shit, son. All the freaking token. What the hell is that, dog? 59% on the freaking Pulse Chain Crow token? That is freaking nuts, homie. Look at P-Link. I know that earlier today, man, PZen was running like a freaking champ, bro. This is like the biggest bubble in here. And hey, man, look at Ink Token, homie. I knew that damn well freaking Ink Token was going to do freaking good. You know what I'm saying? Pulse Chain's up 20%. What's this one, cats? Does anybody know what this one is? PTGC. It looks cool as hell. The logo's freaking dope. I like the freaking gray they have in there. And then we got this other one over here at 50 freaking percent HOC, homie. And look at Fiat, 27%. We got Fame at 28%. And then we got, again, being redundant, 62.27%. This is wild, bro. This is wild. Hex is over here at 31%. Dude, P rate is up. P drip. This is freaking cool, dog. PulseX, 28%, son. Oh man, this is all freaking exciting, bro. This is also freaking exciting. Look at this bad boy over here. Hedron at 36.98%. Now, for you cats that know, are these E-side tokens or like are these Ethereum or are these Pulse Chain side? I'm assuming they're Pulse Chain side because gopulse.com. You know what I'm saying? Let me share this link in the chat for you guys. Don't even try looking at this shit on the freaking cell phone, bro. Forget it, bro. Forget it, son. There you go. I'm sharing it with you guys in the chat. That's where you guys can follow this. You know what I'm saying? And we got freaking Zenith. PTGC is the Grace currency. So you telling me they're going to freaking, they try to abduct in your ass, man? This is how you freaking bribe them? This looks like all Pulse Chain side. I concur, man. I concur. You know what I'm saying? All right. Which one was? Let's hit up some Pulse Chain. Let's do a little bit of Pulse Chain and see how Pulse is doing. All right. Pulse Chain's current value is none other at 4 zeros and a 6-4. And it does seem like we're continuing to climb. Now, I did draw up this freaking bullish ass Elliott wave. I'm hoping that it does play out this way. Know what I mean? Again, being redundant, the area that I want to get to first, man, is within this green box. And that area is at 4 zeros and an 8-5 before we get into this yellow box area of about 0.932. Now, again, this area represents where we were supposed to be trending at till we ended up getting a massive dip to where we're currently at today. You know what I'm saying? Taking measurements, the 20-day mark is January 26th. But the earliest we could probably hit a higher high or a higher low would be around January 20th. And it would not surprise me if we come in here, you know what I'm saying? Get to this area here. Now, the area I've got drawn up, it's rather bullish, I know, because it is an Elliott wave sequence. But if I pull this sucker back, then I would need to pull it down this way over here. And then we would come up all the way down here, possibly lower than 2 to 3. You know what I'm saying? This is being Barrett, a little bit more conservative. Now, let's take this 5-point, and that would put us somewhere in about this area over here. Let's go ahead and drop a ray. So it would bring us somewhere to around here, give or take, ballpark. That's how that Elliott wave would end up playing out. Let's see how it looks on the weekly. Let me take off this Elliott wave so it's a little bit more evident. I haven't seen this. You know what? I've never seen freaking Pulse Chain on the weekly, I don't think. And this is what the entire chart looks like on the weekly, utilizing the log tool. It does seem like we went up, got down. We're currently consolidating within the weekly candles. And we do have some big-ass weekly candles we need to compromise. And, of course, the weekly candles tend to be a little bit more difficult to compromise because it's more time spent within the token and within the currency. You know what I'm saying? So these two candles right here and this one right here are the main ones we have to beat. So let me draw these out. So these three right here are the ones we got to beat. Those are the ones we got to beat pretty much, man. You know what I'm saying? So these three. Once we beat these three, I think we're good to go, man. We're going to continue rallying to the upside. Now, one thing that I've consistently noticed, man, about the Pulse Chain ecosystem, bro. One of the things that I've consistently noticed about the Pulse Chain ecosystem is that every time, bro, every time we freaking rally to the upside and we start freaking making massive gains, the entire community gets really bullish, man. And we start freaking hyping up freaking pulse chain. Then some stupid whale comes and dumps on our heads, bro. I've noticed this consistently, bro. I'm just hoping that doesn't happen again, especially with this Bitcoin ETF. Know what I mean? I think that it's time for us to get back into the trending range of about where we were at before the Richard Hart freaking subpoenas came out. Know what I mean? And then, yeah, we got Mr. Twinkie, intruder alert. Hey, man, that's why I got a bunch of dogs named after guns, homie. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and do a little bit of IOV. Then we'll hit up some PulseX. Now, IOV finished its freaking 5-portion Elliott wave cycle. And Zenith, you and I were talking about this last time on stream we were together. I had mentioned this, bro, that it finished its Elliott wave cycle and it came down here, back down here, up all the way over here. And then it's playing its ABC. And we just finished our ABC on this Fibonacci retracement at the 61.870 area or the 79.53 area. And it does seem like we're starting to climb again. We do have some built up in resistance and these two spots, which is at $92 and $91. This is a tough area that we do need to compromise to get back into. And the reason I say that is not only because the Fibonacci's there and the doggone trend line I drew there are both together, but because if you look at this sucker over here, if you look at this conglomerate of candles right there, that's a strong area that we do need to compromise. Know what I mean? So what I'm hoping for is that we get the momentum to pump to the upside this way. Now, why am I saying that? If you look at this red candle here, we got a bigger green candle here. I'm hoping that the momentum continues and we get a bigger green candle here and then one bigger green candle here. Now, when you get 3 consecutive candles that are green and every single one being larger than the other and it's going to the upside, that's what you call 3 white soldiers. And it's a very bullish freaking symbol or trend or candle pattern that entails that you're probably going to continue rallying. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and remove this sucker here. And let's see which way we can go. Let's see up to which way we can go. Oh, fuck. Control Z. Sorry about the cussing cats. So I definitely think that the area of $121, especially if the ETF does get approved, we can rally really, really hard, man, and continue to the upside all the way maybe up here to $138. Easy, man. Now, I did have this freaking 16-day trend, and I can push it all the way over here because we can now confirm that this candle actually confirms it as 21 days. So now we are possibly on a new 20-day cycle. So if we push this sucker out all the way to day 14, that would put us on January 23rd, give or take. And we'll probably make a higher high around that time frame, all the way possibly to about the 21st. And that would be January 30th. Around January 30th, give or take. I think that's when the deadline for paying up for the next crypto mindset course is. No, so food for thought, cats. With that stated, man, hey, dude, it is a risk what I'm about to tell you, not financial advice. But if you want to pay for that crypto mindset course, you may want to put a little bit of dinero in Illuvium. You know what I'm saying? Because it does seem, of course, pending the freaking Bitcoin ETF, that it does get approved, which I am pretty sure it's going to get approved. This could end up paying for your next crypto mindset course. This freaking play right here. Know what I'm saying? So from here, hopefully all the way up to day 14, we'll probably get a significant pump and we can use that dinero to go ahead and keep it in our bags and also pay for the next course that's coming up. Food for thought, cats. Food for thought. You know what I'm saying? The reason I'm advocating for the crypto mindset course, cats, is because if it wasn't for the crypto mindset course, bro, I wouldn't be in the position of technical analysis capability that I am now. Shout out to DCC, shout out to Cultivate Crypto, and also to Mike TA Onchain, man. I learned a lot from those guys' webinars, and I think you guys can too. Also, shout out to Agent J from the DGen Roundtable. You know what I'm saying, cats? And then we got Zenith. On IOV, that big red wick on the third seems like a distortion based on everything else, just ignoring it myself. Cool, man. Cool. Now, do me a favor, cats. Like this video, share the video. It is going to get freaking, it is going to get throttled. So please share this video, guys. I need your help on this one. Share this video for the reason being that when I played that freaking one meme earlier today, it had that one song on there, bro. So it's going to get freaking, oh, dude, I should have known. Should have known that song was there, bro. That video is too damn good not to share. You know what I'm saying? So let's go over to Phantom. Let's see how Phantom's doing. I know a lot of you cats are bullish on Phantom. You know what I'm saying? Phantom's current value is at about 39 cents, give or take, about 39.5 cents. That's what it's worth. It does seem, dude, this is a weird ass freaking 20-day cycle on Phantom. I don't know if I'm gonna count this shit. Of course, 28 days, bro. Ay, bro. What do you think, Zenith? Give me your thoughts on this shit. This may be just an anomaly, bro. But I do believe that we've started a new cycle, so this shit don't mean anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? With this recent wick that we had today here at about 34 cents. So if we pull this sucker all the way out to the 14th day, that would put us around January 24th, all the way to day 21. That would put us at about January 29th, give or take. Phantom can easily compromise this area, especially if we get a Bitcoin ETF approval and we don't get any FUD from the Michael Kong people. And the toughest area that I think we have to compromise would likely be this area here of about 50 cents, because we've got this conglomerate of candles here. And if we look at the history, we've got a shitload of candles over here in this box. Let me see if I can drop a little box here. This box right here is the area we got to beat. So that would be 50 to 54 cents. And you could possibly even pull this back a little bit further, because we got all this shit over here that we got to beat before we get to the next area, which is about 65 cents. You know what I'm saying? Phantom is very bullish. It does seem it's very bullish. I would DCA lightly into Phantom, not a lot of dinero, because it does seem that we're only possibly going to head up all the way over here to 65 cents, if anything. Now, that is an assumption, and everything does rally and it continues going to the upside. Now, one of the things that I question about Phantom is if it will end up having enough liquidity to lock like it did last cycle on DeFi Llama, if you guys remember that. You know what I'm saying? I think Phantom was a token that was mostly locked because everybody was participating in a shitload of pools, man. And hopefully these opportunities come back. You know what I'm saying? Now, we do have the current candle under the EMA ribbon, which entails that all this area in itself is a shitload of resistance. But the badass thing, though, guys, is that the EMA ribbon is orange or yellow on the top side and red on the bottom side, which is bullish. So it's kind of like welcoming the candles to pump up, if anything. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting from this shit. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that we do compromise this area and we do continue rallying. You know what I mean? I don't really check Phantom too much on the weekly, but let's give it a go. Let's see how FTM is doing on the weekly, if anything. Turn this sucker off because it looks look at that shit, man. So we do have these two big ass weeks that we do have to compromise. But again, as stated, let's see how the EMA ribbon looks on the weekly on this bad boy. The EMA ribbon is bearish on the weekly, but it is acting as an area of support. And we do have this 200 EMA acting as a slight area of resistance that we do need to compromise. That's what I'm getting from this bad boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm extremely bullish on Phantom. I'm just hoping Michael Kong doesn't mess this shit up. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, right now, everything is going to be dependent on whether BTC started a new cycle on the 3rd of January. If yes, then plenty of room to run to the upside for altcoins. If no, maybe then another dip coming. You know what I'm saying? And then we got Smooth Brain. Looking forward to meeting a bunch of you gang at one of these CMC gatherings. Hey, me too, man. Me too, son. I can't wait for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's hit up our final two tokens before we call it a night, cats. And that is, let's go PulseX. I haven't hit up PulseX in a while, man. Let's see how PLSX is doing, man. And this, guys, is hence why we always advise you to only keep a couple of tokens in your portfolio instead of having 50 of them, because it's very difficult to follow up on all the charts unless this is what you do full time. If this is what you do full time, then hey man, hopefully a lot of us end up doing that after this bull cycle. It may end up taking 2 to 3. But if you do this full time, dude, you can sit down at the house, man, watch your freaking tokens, see how they're doing. You can watch the charts if you know your technical analysis, you know what I'm saying? But it does seem like PulseX rallied pretty decently today. If we grab this measuring tool from the bottom to the top side, we did about a 38% pump, son. Damn, bro. Damn, homie. Now, if you guys didn't get a little bit of PulseX, I would get some. I did have this orange area as a significant point of resistance that it does seem like we did compromise that, which is a good thing. We'll probably continue rallying to the upside. It would not surprise me if we come over here to 4 zeros and a 22. Now, I have not been measuring this sucker. Let's see how it's doing on the measurements. See, this is another one, bro. This is a very difficult one to measure. It is a total freaking anomaly. So I'm going to ignore this shit, and hopefully it plays out for this new one. All the way to day 14, that would put us on January 21st. All the way to about day 21, this would be about January 28th. But it does not seem, as of recent, that it's following its 20-day cycles. I mean, historically it has. And you can see these patterns that I have over here. You know what I'm saying? But the area that we really do need to beat is this 12 over here. And that would be at about 4 zeros and a 2-4. That is an area that we do need to compromise. So let me go ahead and draw this line over here and pull this way. So that does seem like an area we do need to compromise. A normal area where we want to be ranging at on average is within this area here. This box over here of at least 4 zeros and a 3-2. That's the area we want to be bouncing at, cats. You know what I'm saying? So would I buy a little bit of PulseX? I would say, yeah, I think you can get a little bit of PulseX, man. But you missed out the best opportunities to get it, if anything. You know what I'm saying? It does seem like it's going to continue rallying to the upside. I'm just hoping no big-ass whale comes here and dumps the freaking Hex ecosystem again like they usually do. Know what I mean? We got to shake out these whales, bro. Get them over and done with, bro, so we're not putting up with this BS where they're constantly dumping on our heads. You know what I'm saying? So, food for thought, cats. Now, let's hit up the final token for tonight. And I'm glad that I talked about it a couple days ago, and that's none other than freaking Hedron, son. And I drew out this badass ascending triangle on P Hedron, and look what it did, man. It ended up freaking rallying to the upside. Let's take some measurements on this bad boy, bro. This sucker went all the way up 60 freaking percent, man. Let's see how it's doing on the Bollinger Bands. Yeah, dude, we are significantly overheated, bro. Significantly overheated. So I would not be surprised the next candle we print will possibly be red. I would like to see some scaffolding. And what do I mean by that? Scaffolding, I like it when the token comes up, comes back down, comes up, comes back down, comes back up, because you develop resistance and support points like that. I'm just not hoping it's a straight up Giga Chad candle straight to the upside, because you develop a lot more support as it's been rallying. You know what I mean? As far as areas of resistance, it doesn't seem we have any at the time being. Let's look at the historical aspects of P Hadron to see where we may have some points of resistance. Of course, I did draw up this area over here, which is that is 6 zeros and a 22. We are currently at 6 zeros and a 19. I do see that we have somewhat come. Let's see. Yeah, we're about to face a good area of freaking resistance if we take these candles here. These right here. This is going to be a battle for Hedron right there, because we got all this shit we got to fight. We got to fight all this stuff right here and all this stuff right here in order for us to continue rallying to the upside. Now, if we do compromise these zones, of course, the next area of resistance would be none other than freaking 6 zeros and a 3-1. Would I be buying Hedron right now? Nope. You guys missed your opportunity for that one. You're going to have to wait for a pullback to get some more of this sucker. So I would not be freaking trying to buy Hedron right now, cats, if anything. Know what I mean? So yeah, man, that pretty much covers it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed talking to you guys. I will try to be back here. What are we today? Monday. I'll try to be back here Wednesday, man. Or I'll probably try to be back on the day that we have the ETF. I mean, if the Lord permits. So stay bullish, guys. Please do me a favor. Share this video. Like the video. Have your family members like this video. Have them like my videos on Twitter and like my Instagram, bro, because this video right here is going to get throttled. So, all right, cats. I'll catch you guys later. And I will see you when we get the Bitcoin ETF approval. Keep your fingers crossed. It may be this Wednesday. Peace.